Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Meg Sullivan. Today I'm talking about Borderlands 4, what we know so far, what we can expect, and what we, or I, would like to see going forward. If you like this video, please leave a reply in the comment section below with a list of things you hope to see in Borderlands 4, and please remember to like, follow, and obey. Sorry. So a couple of months ago, we got to see a teaser trailer for Borderlands 4, and the top brass at Gearbox, sans Randy Pitchford, talked a tiny bit about Borderlands 4 at PAX West. Then, during a Take-Two earnings call, it was revealed that Borderlands 4 would be releasing sometime between April of next year and March 2026. Now that's a rather large release window, but we do know that the game will not be releasing anywhere near Grand Theft Auto 6, which is a wise idea, because if I were Gearbox, I wouldn't want my game being overshadowed by that behemoth either. At any rate, here's what we know so far about the game, although fair warning, in order to talk about the start of Borderlands 4, we have to talk about the ending of Borderlands 3. So, spoiler alert. At the end of Borderlands 3, your Vault Hunter manages to defeat the extremely obnoxious Calypso twins. Yay! But Elpis, the moon of Pandora, is about to open up the giant vault that is known as, well, Pandora, and destroy the planet. In an effort to save Pandora from destruction, the Siren Lilith, aka the Firehawk, sacrifices her life energy in order to use her supercharged siren powers to phase walk or phase shift the moon as far away as possible. Pandora is safe, but where did the moon go? According to the teaser trailer for Borderlands 4, Elpis has been teleported across the universe and has crash-landed into a cloaking veil protecting a mysterious planet. This planet, as we can see from a handful of recently released screenshots, seems to be fairly technologically advanced. After Elpis crashes into the veil, the planet is hit by a number of meteorites, one of which was carrying a psycho mask? Someone, or it looks like something, a robot, an android, picks up the mask, and there is where the trailer ends. Now, the good people at Gearbox have been pretty tight-lipped about what we can expect from Borderlands 4, but they did let a few things slip at PAX West this year. Number one, the game does indeed take place on a new planet and will feature 4 new Vault Hunters. Now, I think it's interesting that some people are speculating that this new planet could be Necro Tefeo, the home planet of the Iridians, but we don't really know anything yet. Number 2, they're trying to mix things up in terms of the types of Vault Hunters you can play as. Some people have speculated that means maybe ditching soldiers or sirens, but I don't think they'll completely get rid of those classes. So maybe they'll be expanding either the number of classes you can play as, or continuing down the route of having like a main class and then a subclass, mixing up skills, etc., etc. We'll see. Number 3, those meteorites in the trailer are actually pretty significant. Now, we know that one of those meteorites was carrying a psycho mask, which might have been just a cool bit of promo material. But could these meteorites also be carrying, I don't know, an EchoNet, weapons, whatever made people go nuts on Pandora, Vault Guardians, Claptraps, Handsome Jack clones? It'll be interesting to see what's revealed. Number 4, the team will be focusing a lot more on the player character, which means they might be more participatory in cutscenes, and we may learn more about them as the story progresses. I'm excited about this because I hated how the only way to learn about your character was to seek out EchoNet devices in the wilderness. And even when you did find them, they were kind of useless. So kudos to the team for wanting to flesh out these main characters even more. And finally, the game may actually be a little less wacky and a little more grounded this time, another thing I'm happy about. Because quite frankly, the edgelord humor that shocked and delighted us back in 2009 has gotten a bit tiresome, and I'd like to see the tone go in a different direction this time around, so great. So that's what we know about Borderlands 4. But what do we want to see? Well, here are some things I would appreciate. Number 1, no more vehicles. Okay, I doubt the team will listen to this, but I hate having to drive anything in a Borderlands game. Vehicles handle like a drunken shopping cart, and I don't want to waste my time upgrading them in the hopes they'll actually be useful in battle. Just let me fast travel or take a bus already. Number 2, new classes with super fun skills. I have to admit I'm not very creative, so I drew a blank on this one, but after snooping through the internet archives, I found some great suggestions that I wanted to share with you guys here. So the first suggestion is Borderlands 4 could introduce an Indiana Jones type character. You know, a Typhon type, but less dorky and more cool. You could use a whip or a grappling hook to pull in opponents, or use a grappling hook to reach higher places to get the high ground against enemies. I really like that idea. I also like the idea of having a portal-like device where instead of phase walking, you could just point a gun in a specific direction and teleport over there to get the drop on enemies. More than that though, I'd love a flying character. A flying siren would make sense because they have wings and it would just be incredibly fun. If you could just glide or flutter for a few seconds, that would be fantastic. Now, someone else mentioned, instead of a weapons-based character like we've had in the past, why not have a shield-based character? That could be cool. Or better yet, and I love this suggestion, a necromancer class. That would be so cool. You could have different skill trees to bring back different types of enemies. That would be so fun. Also, introducing Tyrene's phase leech ability would be fun as well. Another thing that I want for Borderlands 4 is that it just takes place on one planet. I didn't like the planet hopping in Borderlands 3, it was kind of lame and pointless, and I would rather explore a big beautiful planet that's a lot more diverse and interesting than the wastelands of Pandora, and apparently that is what Gearbox is going to try and do, so I'm excited about that. Number 4, a well-written villain. No, I don't think anybody is going to beat the over-the-top antics of Handsome Jack, so I wouldn't mind an enemy that's more in a gray area. A villain that's actually somewhat sympathetic. I think it would be refreshing to lean into the idea of a more serious Borderlands with a more toned-down sense of humor by making a villain who's a little more serious and has a more tragic backstory. Number 5, and I think some people are going to object to this, but I would love a limited ability to upgrade or at least level up my favorite weapons. We could tinker around a little bit in a couple of previous Borderlands games, but the idea of leveling up my favorite weapons is just something I would truly appreciate. There's a couple of early weapons in the game, like the Widowmaker, that I really like and didn't ever want to let go of. There's a Molly Wand sniper rifle that does corrosive damage that I got really attached to in Borderlands 2. That kind of thing I feel like would be super appreciated, right? Like, the idea is to be a shoot and loot game, but if there's certain items that you can upgrade, like just 2 or 3, I would really appreciate that moving forward. Also, while I'm making a wish list, no Ava, just no. And is there a way to mute those annoying TDR guns? Like, when I throw it, can it not scream and shout? Next, I want the Vault Hunter to have a real reason to go after the vault, and with a real sense of urgency. It would be so interesting if something in those meteorites we see in the teaser trailer cause people to slowly turn into psychos, and the only way you can prevent your Vault Hunter from doing the same is to collect pieces of the vault key and open the vault, because one of the vault treasures, let's say, can reverse the process of turning into a psycho. I don't know, I'm just spitballing here, but the vault hunting needs to have higher stakes this time. And since the game is supposed to be more character focused, this could be a way to tie the character closer to the vault hunting aspect of the story. I don't know, what do you guys think? Number 8, this might be controversial, but I wouldn't mind leaving the old cast behind. Maybe have a few EchoNet moments that give a nod to them, but that's really it. Now, I admit part of the reason I'm all for this is because all the characters I love from previous Borderlands are basically dead. Spoiler alert, Lilith is dead, Handsome Jack is dead, Roland's dead, Scooter's dead, and worst of all, my favorite Vault Hunter of all time, Maya, is dead, and for no good reason. So you know what? Let's just start over. I want an entirely new arc with entirely new characters. Next, and I don't know how people are going to feel about this suggestion, I wouldn't mind some fun life sim elements. You can, I don't know, decorate your new house or your new sanctuary with items you collect around our new planet. These items could be part of side quests or cost money, and I wouldn't mind pursuing a romance or two. That might actually be kind of fun. And besides, admit it, you play Mass Effect for the romance just as much as you play for the space action. Don't even lie to me. And finally, a proper PvP mode or battle arena mode where you can actually fight other players for cool rewards or just to test your might against each other. Now, I'm aware that there was dueling mode in the past and there was kind of a battle arena mode thing in Borderlands 3. But it'd be nice to see proper PvP. Now, granted, how you go about balancing that would be a nightmare scenario. I have no idea how that would happen, but if Gearbox could somehow swing that, that would be really cool. So that's what we know about Borderlands 4, what we can expect from Borderlands 4, and what I hope to see in Borderlands 4. What do you guys want to see? Again, let me know in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching, guys. See you later.